The Church Growth and Giving Show, your resource for growing faithful communities. Brought to you by Vanco, helping tens of thousands of churches thrive for over 20 years. Join Jordan and Andy as they share insights drawn from decades of church giving and engagement expertise.
This time on the Church Growth and Giving Show, we're talking about how churches can grow from 50 to 100 members. It might not sound like a huge leap, but for a lot of congregations, it's a game changer.
It really is a pivotal stage. Most churches plateau right around that 50-member mark, and getting past it takes more than just hoping people show up. It's about structure, vision, and leadership, all working together.
It sounds like there's a lot more than just numbers involved.
Way more. It's not about counting heads, it's about building a community people actually want to be part of. Churches grow when they stop thinking like institutions and start acting like families on mission. And you know what really drives that?
Leadership?
You got it. But not just any kind. We're talking about leaders with a vision, clear direction, someone who can say, here's where we're going, and here's why it matters. Without that, people sense the drift. And when there's no purpose, they drift too.
That makes sense. Some churches just seems like no one knows what's going on. You sit down, shake a few hands, hear the sermon, and then you're out the door. No follow-up, no energy, no connection.
Right? And connection is huge. Engagement doesn't just happen, it's built on purpose. Things like small group ministries, mentorship, even discipleship training, those are the glue that keeps people coming back.
So, we're not talking about gimmicks here. We're talking about depth and relationships.
Those are crucial ingredients. Churches that grow don't focus on getting bigger, they focus on getting healthier. And when people feel known and needed, that's when the numbers follow.
I heard about a church that has a system where new visitors are introduced to a few members right after service. Then, someone invites them to lunch. Not a formal thing, just, hey, we're grabbing food. Want to come with us?
That's gold. It's what I call hospitality with heart. People don't want to feel like a project. They want to feel like they matter. And those simple touch points, they're the first step toward real community.
So, what's next? Once you've got a clear vision and some solid hospitality, what else drives growth?
2 words: consistent engagement. If someone's only experience with church is a Sunday sermon, they'll fade. But if they're in a small group, serving at an outreach event, and getting follow-up messages, now you've got momentum.
And that brings us to the visitor experience, right?
Oh, 100%. First-time guests decide within minutes if they'll return. It's not just the sermon, it's the greeters, the signage, the way people make eye contact. A good welcome center, a warm smile, even a simple welcome kit. It all matters.
It's like church growth isn't about being flashy, it's about being intentional.
And the best part? You don't need a huge budget, just a church that cares and follows through.
You mentioned follow through, and I think that's where a lot of churches drop the ball. Someone visits, maybe fills out a card, and then nothing.
Right. And that's a missed opportunity. The first 48 hours after a visit are crucial. That's when people are still thinking about their experience, still curious. A quick follow-up, text, call, or even a handwritten note makes all the difference.
So it's less about being perfect and more about being present.
Think about it this way. If you visited someone's home and they never followed up, you'd feel like a guest, not a potential friend. But if they checked in, maybe invited you back, you'd feel wanted.
That's huge. And you don't need a full staff to do it. Just a few volunteers who are intentional.
That's well put, and churches can scale that kind of care. Beyond just follow-up, it's about assimilation, helping people figure out where they belong. Maybe they join a prayer group or jump into a community outreach event. Whatever it is, give them a clear next step.
Let's talk about outreach. How does a small church even begin?
Start local. Start simple. You don't need fireworks or bounce houses, just identify needs. Food drives, back-to-school events, and free community meals are meaningful. They serve people and open doors.
They create a reputation in the community too.
Absolutely. It's ministry, not marketing, but the word spreads. People show up for the outreach and stay because they sense authenticity.
And what about holidays? Christmas and Easter. Are those still big moments?
They're major touch points. People are more open to spiritual things during those seasons. Hosting events, concerts, egg hunts, even just a themed Sunday can bring in visitors who might not come otherwise.
That's smart. And it's familiar ground for folks who maybe haven't been to church in a while.
It's familiar and safe. But here's the key: don't just make it an event, make it an invitation. Invite them back, connect them to others, and show them you care.
Let's shift gears. Digital stuff. How important is online presence for small churches?
Oh, it's essential. Think of your website like your church's front porch. People will Google you before they ever walk through your doors. If they don't see clear service times, a sense of your values, or a glimpse of your community, they move on.
So we're talking SEO too, huh?
Using keywords like friendly church near me or family friendly worship in your city helps people find you. Write blog posts that answer faith questions, share sermon clips, give people a reason to click and stay.
And social media?
It's a megaphone or a conversation. If you're just posting announcements, people scroll past. But if you're telling stories, sharing wins, and showing real moments, people lean in.
I like that. Focus on connection, not perfection.
People are drawn to what feels genuine. And platforms like Facebook and Instagram, they're where folks are already hanging out. Meet them there.
I'm seeing that growth isn't one thing, it's a web of connections: hospitality, outreach, digital, and discipleship.
And when all those pieces work together, that's when churches grow from 50 to 100 and beyond.
So we've talked vision, outreach, even SEO, but what about discipleship? Once someone joins, how do we keep them growing?
Great question. That's where small group ministries shine. They take the big crowd on Sunday and shrink it down to something more personal, more transformative. People need space to ask questions, build friendships, and really dig into their faith.
And I'm guessing that happens best outside of Sunday services?
Almost always. Sunday's the rally point, but spiritual growth, that's happening in living rooms, coffee shops, and online Bible studies. Small groups turn visitors into family.
There are so many stories of people who join a small group and within weeks get plugged into volunteering or other community building events.
That's the power of connection. When people feel known and valued, they lean in. And when those groups are led well, with trained facilitators and clear purpose, they become the heartbeat of the church.
So, what's the trick to leading those groups well?
Structure and care. Don't just toss people into a room with a Bible and hope for the best. Train your leaders, give them resources, teach them to guide discussions, offer support, and notice when someone's struggling.
That makes sense. It's like discipleship is the fuel that keeps everything else running.
Yes, and it's not just for newbies either. Even mature believers need challenges, opportunities to mentor, lead, and grow deeper.
We also need to talk about volunteers because, let's be honest, most small churches run on the same 10 people.
Unfortunately, that's true. And burnout is real. That's why volunteer recruitment needs to be relational, not random. Don't just put out a clipboard, invite people personally. Say, hey, I noticed you're great with kids. Would you help in our nursery?
That little bit of personalization goes a long way.
It does. And when people serve in their sweet spot, they stick around and they thrive. Show them they're part of something bigger. Celebrate their wins. Thank them publicly.
We've touched on digital tools earlier, but what about church management systems? Are those just for big churches?
Not at all. Even a 50-person church needs systems. Think about tracking visitors, scheduling volunteers, and managing events. That stuff gets messy without tools. Programs like ACS, Power Church, or Vanco events make it easier to stay organized and focused.
I like that. Less time on logistics, more time on people.
When it comes to people, let's not forget the online audience. Hybrid church isn't going anywhere. Live streams, online prayer groups, church apps, they all help keep people engaged, especially those who can't attend in person.
And those tools help build momentum, right?
Much needed momentum for a growing church. A good church app, for example, can handle everything from sermon archives to group chats. It's like putting your whole community in someone's pocket.
Before we wrap, let's tackle a tough one. What if someone's church just isn't ready to grow? Maybe people resist change.
It happens all the time. We've always done it this way can kill momentum, but the key is vision. When change is connected to mission and people see the why, they're more open.
So involve them in the journey?
Do it by sharing stories, inviting feedback, and celebrating small wins. The more people feel heard, the more they'll invest.
There's a lot of good content here. From first impressions to follow up, small groups to SEO, it all matters. Listeners looking to grow their church can walk away from this with a lot of tools.
Growth isn't a mystery, it's a mindset. And when churches lead with purpose, love people well, and stay open to learning, they grow. Don't forget to grab that free church growth pack we mentioned. It's loaded with over 400 tools to help you move forward.
Thanks for joining us today on the Church Growth and Giving Show. Our hope is that anyone listening with a church aiming to grow can put what we've talked about here to use. Please like and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. It also helps support us in creating free materials and content to help you and other churches in your mission.